What looked like a routine presidential departure from Turkey may have actually been a carefully choreographed security operation designed to keep Donald Trump's real movements hidden. According to a Washington Post report, the US president reportedly used a decoy aircraft and a secret plane transfer during his departure from Ankara in July. The extraordinary maneuver was reportedly carried out because American intelligence agencies had identified a credible Iranian threat targeting Trump's movements. But the way events unfolded marked Secret Service's most precise security transfer. Trump had arrived in Turkey on July 8th for the NATO summit aboard a brand new Boeing 747-8, the aircraft donated to the United States by Qatar. But when it was time to leave Ankara, security officials allegedly decided not to reveal which aircraft would actually carry the president, and that is where the elaborate deception began. Trump reportedly walked toward the older blue and white Boeing 747 that had traditionally served as Air Force One. He even waved to cameras before entering the aircraft. To everyone watching, it appeared that the president was about to leave Turkey aboard the legacy presidential jet. But according to the report, Trump and a small group of aides then disappeared from view. The reported escape route was highly unusual. An airport catering truck was positioned near an exit door on the opposite side of the aircraft. Trump and his team allegedly used that truck to leave the aircraft without being seen by the media. The truck then reportedly drove across the airport tarmac. Its destination? A much smaller U.S. military aircraft, a C-32A, a modified Boeing 757 normally used for senior government officials. This aircraft would reportedly become Trump's real ride to Britain. Meanwhile, the media and other White House personnel remained aboard the older 747. They reportedly believed the president was still inside. Then came another layer of the deception. Reporters were instructed to close their window shades before takeoff. The legacy Boeing 747 then departed Turkey, but Trump was reportedly not aboard. The aircraft was effectively being used as a decoy. Flight tracking data reviewed by the Washington Post reportedly showed that the aircraft initially appeared on radar without a call sign before adopting the AF-1 call sign during the flight. That was particularly striking because the president was allegedly flying separately on the smaller C-32A. While the decoy aircraft headed toward Britain, Trump was reportedly making his journey in secret. The C-32A eventually landed at RAF Mildenhall in England, and according to the report, Trump arrived shortly before the decoy aircraft. The operation appears to have been designed around one simple principle: keep potential attackers guessing about where the president actually is. And the reason for taking such extraordinary precautions reportedly goes back to the conflict with Iran. Following US military strikes against Iranian targets earlier in the year, American intelligence officials had reportedly identified a specific threat against Trump. The president himself has repeatedly claimed that Iran considers him a major target. During his departure from Turkey, Trump reportedly told reporters that he faces threats constantly and described himself as number one on Iran's target list. That threat environment could explain why security officials were willing to go far beyond a conventional presidential departure. Instead of simply changing the aircraft, the reported operation involved multiple layers of deception: a decoy presidential plane, a concealed transfer, a catering vehicle, a separate military aircraft, and apparently limited knowledge even among people traveling with the presidential delegation. The goal would have been to make it difficult for anyone monitoring the airport to determine which aircraft actually carried the president. And that matters because presidential movements can be closely watched by intelligence agencies, hostile governments, and other potential adversaries. But the deception did not end when Trump reached Britain. there was still the question of how his movements would be presented publicly. At RAF Mildenhall, Trump later appeared before cameras and was seen descending from the Legacy Air Force One aircraft. That helped preserve the appearance that he had traveled aboard the presidential jet. Trump then boarded the new Qatari-donated Boeing 747-8 for the return journey to Washington. So the public sequence suggested one thing, but according to the Washington Post report, the actual journey was very different. Trump had reportedly left Turkey aboard the smaller C-32A, while the older Air Force One acted as a decoy. The extraordinary operation also raises questions about just how seriously Washington viewed the reported Iranian threat. The United States has some of the most sophisticated presidential security systems in the world. But when officials believe a president's movements may be specifically targeted, unpredictability itself becomes a defensive tool. The aircraft can be changed, routes can be changed, schedules can be changed, and even the apparent location of the president can potentially be manipulated. The White House has defended the security of the new presidential aircraft. White House Communications Director Stephen Chung said the new Air Force One is equipped with high-level security protocols designed to protect the president and his staff. The U.S. Air Force has similarly said the aircraft is safe, secure, and equipped with advanced technologies required for the presidential mission. But this reported Turkish operation highlights something important. Even the most advanced aircraft cannot completely eliminate the threat posed by intelligence leaks, surveillance, or hostile targeting. Sometimes the safest strategy is simply to make sure nobody knows exactly where the president is going. And that appears to be the logic behind this extraordinary reported ruse. A catering truck became the cover. An old Air Force One became the decoy. A smaller C-32A became the secret presidential aircraft, and a potentially dangerous journey across international airspace became a game of deception. Whether this was the most effective way to protect Trump remains a matter for security officials. But if the report is accurate, one thing is clear: the president's departure from Turkey was anything but routine. Behind the cameras, the waving, and the apparent Air Force One departure, a completely different presidential journey was reportedly taking place.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.